After helping online coaches make thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars a month, probably the most important thing that they all have in common is simply the fact that they provide a lot of value to the market. However, a problem that the majority of online coaches and the majority of entrepreneurs in the first place have is the fact that they don't really understand how to properly provide value to their market. Because if you ask someone, well, how would you provide value to your market? They'll probably give you an answer along the lines of just help them out or solve a problem. However, this fundamental principle is wrong because if you want to provide value to someone, especially in the business space, especially in the business, just the business world in general, then the most important thing you need to understand is that value is created when pain is alleviated. So what this simply means is that if you can either take away a little bit or eliminate entirely somebody's pain, you're giving them value because of that. You're giving them value because you are eliminating a specific set of pain points that that specific person has. So, for example, let's say someone got injured in the gym. Now they have a lot of pain. And a specific doctor is able to help this person, and because of that, this doctor has given value to the previously injured patient. Now, the same principle can be applied in business. Let's say you're helping someone make 10K a month. You're not actually helping them make 10K a month. You are alleviating the pain of them not having 10K a month. And from that, they value you, you give them value, and because of that, they pay you. Because the only way people pay is to get their way out of a painful situation. Let's say if you're hungry. If you're hungry and you want to eat, but you don't have food, you're either going to the store or to some random place so you can get food. Because not having food, the emotion of hunger, the feeling of hunger, is a negative feeling. And this negative feeling is giving you pain. And because of that pain, you invest money to get the food that you want. And because of that, you invest, right? And this exact same principle applies in business, because if you can solve somebody's problems, if you can alleviate their pain, they will invest in you. That is exactly how entrepreneurs like me and a lot of other entrepreneurs are able to charge thousands of dollars, because even though we charge thousands of dollars, we solve problems, we alleviate the pain that exceeds that price point. And that is exactly why we can make so much money, we can charge so much money, because it is worth it. Now, what you need to be doing as an entrepreneur is three specific things. You need to be doing three specific things if you really want to become successful. Which is, the first thing is, you need to give value to your market. You need to actually solve a painful problem for your market. Because if you don't solve a painful problem for your market, you are not alleviating any pain that your market has. And from there, you cannot even make money because you're not alleviating a pain. And just like I said, value is created when pain is alleviated. And when value is created, people pay money, right? So now you understand that you need to actually give value to your market. However, that is not the only thing, because there are two more things you need to be doing. To my next point is, you need to be giving this value consistently. Every single day, you need to give value, give value, give value, give value. Now, what does this mean? This simply means every single day you should be posting a piece of content. you should try to give something away, maybe even work with some people for free if you don't have any money, if you don't have any social proof. Because what is happening in the online coaching space is that people are trusting so much less, and if you don't have social proof, it is going to be incredibly difficult for you to become successful in a place like this. So what you should be doing is you should be trying to gather as much social proof as humanly possible, because if you have that, you have a massive leverage over your competition. Now, even though social proof is incredibly important, the majority of the online coaches, majority of the entrepreneurs in general, even though they are legit, they don't have social proof. So they don't get out of these initial stages. They don't get out of the bottom of the barrel at all, because they don't have social proof, and the only thing they care about is the money they make. And because of that, they aren't making money. Because if you want to make money, you need to focus on providing value. Just like I said, the first 1 and 2 principles: you need to provide value to your market, and you need to provide this value consistently in the form of social media content, rework for prospects. It doesn't matter, just some form of free value that alleviates the pain from your market and solves a problem for your market. That is how you're gonna make money. Now, with that being said, there's one final thing that you need to understand about giving value to your market and how to make money from providing this value to your market, right? So the next thing you need to understand is that you need to be doing it for a prolonged period of time, because the majority of the online coaches, pretty much all of them, I've been that way. Everybody I know has been that way, because it's normal. But people really underestimate how long it takes for, when you're giving value, for that to actually come back to you. Because people are selling the dream of, you can make 10K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month in 1 or 2 months after working with me. Just apply this exact system. But if you have a business from scratch, if you're building a business from scratch, now if you're watching this video, you're probably not building it from scratch. You probably have some business already. You have been taking some action. However, let's say you're building a business from scratch. It doesn't take 1 or 2 months to become successful. It takes 1 or 2 months to really put your foot in the door. It really takes 1 or 2 months to take those initial steps, because you need to be creating content very consistently, just like I said. And on top of that, you just need to understand your market in the first place. And that doesn't take a week. That takes months of work. Now, you can get the shortcut, especially if you just really lock in, but it doesn't take only 1 or 2 months to go from scratch to 50K a month. It is not that simple. Now, what you should be doing is at least give yourself, at the minimum, 6 to 24 months. So between half a year and a year. That is how long you should give yourself to actually make a decision and say, okay, does this work or not? Because that is the amount of time you really need to see some significant change, right? Because it wasn't until like 6 months into my business, and I already had a lot of understanding about this market, how it works. However, it wasn't 6 months after I launched my business when I actually started making some money, actually started closing some deals. Because it takes a level of understanding, first of all, of your market, but it also takes a lot of consistent effort and prolonged effort to inevitably see that success that you want to see, right? So with that being said, those are the 3 fundamental values of providing value to your market, and how you can inevitably become successful as an entrepreneur. So first of all, you just need to provide value to your market, and just like I said, you provide value by solving a painful problem, which alleviates the pain of your market. Now, the second thing, of course, is doing this consistently. And the final thing is doing this consistently over a prolonged period of time. Because a lot of people ask me the question, Jay, why is my content not working? Why is my content not getting me any clients? The reason for that is because either one of those three things is wrong. They are either not providing valuable enough content for their market, or their last video was 6 weeks ago, or they've only been doing it for like 1 or 2 weeks. There's nothing else. Because if you can truly be consistent with your content every single day for the next 6 months, you're posting consistently every day, one piece of YouTube content, 1 to 3 reels on Instagram, you have nearly 200 pieces of content that you have been drastically improving over time, right? There's no way nobody sees your content. There's no way you're not going to at least make some form of money, right? Now, with that being said, that is literally all you need. That is quite literally the only thing you need. So, with that being said, if you do truly need help applying the right systems to actually providing value to your market and doing it consistently, then check the link in the description. Just follow me on Instagram, DM me the word system, because I can help you make 10k a month, 20k a month through this specific infrastructure that I have created. So that's it. That is everything I have for you today. So see you in the next one. All right, have a good one.